Well, this has escalated quickly. So we are down to 3 weeks now until the beginning of Miles of Mayhem, and I haven't made a whole lot of progress, but it's all right. We're getting there. The sanding is basically done. I've just started to mask and tape everything off, so hopefully I can spray today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, and then I just need to let this cure for a week. So I can start putting the truck back together, and hopefully we make it to the starting line. So I'll walk you around, show you where I'm at, and we can go from there. All right, so front and rear bumpers, good to go. I've masked off the outside of the cab, still have to do the interior. I did foolishly end up taking the front end apart just because there's a bit of rubber that runs in between the grille and the fenders itself, and next to impossible to mask off. So kind of forced my hand there, had to take that apart. But yeah, everything else is sanded. Obviously, you saw the last video, I got the box masked off. Started hanging a few things, and yeah. We'll be painting before we know it. But I gotta finish masking everything off, get a few more things hung from the ceiling, and should be able to mix up some paint and start shooting this thing. Progress update time. I've got everything masked off, and I believe I'm ready to wipe things down and start mixing up some paint. So I'll show you where I'm at, and we can get to shooting this thing. Well, the majority of the work was done here on the cab. Front and back wasn't too bad to mask off, but this interior was just a little bit of work. So all the important bits are going to get hit with paint. Everything else, not so much. Tailgate, got everything that's going black. Hanging, mirror brackets, headlight bezels, bumpers, and the grille. So I'm going to do that first. And then probably tomorrow I will start shooting the rest of the truck. So things are coming along, but yeah, still tons of work to do. So I will get back at her here. I've got the bumpers, the grille, headlight bezels, and the mirror brackets all ready to go. I've gone ahead and wiped everything down, and wiped it with paint thinner as well. So that should help soften up the paint that's on there already, and help clean it up, obviously. That'll just help the new paint stick to it a little better. So I'm going to mix up some paint, and we will shoot this first and see how it turns out. Fingers crossed. Well, that's got the black sprayed. Obviously it's still a little wet, tacky, but turned out all right. So I will let that dry overnight, can move these pieces around, and start spraying the green. So coming along nicely. Well, it's a new day. The black has dried, so I found a little bit more sanding I missed. I've got a little bit of work to do there. Then I can wipe down the rest of the truck with thinner, clean everything off, and start mixing up some green. I had a bit of a delay because after I shot the black last night, went to clean out my gun and I broke it. Kind of where the nozzle or the siphon tube goes into the gun, that broke right off the gun there. So a little bit of a delay this morning. Had to run up to the city and get it replaced. but not a big deal. I'm back now. I've got a new gun. I've got it all set up so I can keep working here. So I'll get to it. Well, I'm quite happy with the way the black turned out. It's quite shiny, looks good. It's not tacky anymore, but obviously still needs some time to set up. So I'll let that sit there for a while. I've got the rest of the body panels all braced up. I forgot to sand the window trim, but I'll get on that. Everything else is off the ground, ready to be sprayed. So I'll just finish up that little bit of sanding and get everything wiped down, and yeah, we'll start shooting this stuff. So coming along nicely. All right, well, it's a new day. I got 2 coats on the cab and kind of the underneath of everything. So I'll let that dry overnight. Now I can flip everything over and spray the top side, fenders, running boards, tailgate, that kind of stuff. So I'll show you what it looks like so far, and I'll keep spraying here. It's kind of hard to tell the lighting in here, but it's turned out not too bad. The second coat got a little bit orange peely on me, so that's unfortunate, but I think it looks pretty good. So you can see it's just got a bit of texture to it, but from even 3 feet away, it looks pretty good. So that's better than before, where you had to be at about 50 to 100 feet for it to look good. So I'm quite happy with this, actually, the way it's turned out. So like I said, I've got the underside done. Hood, front and rear fenders, running boards, tailgate. So now that that's dry, I can flip it over, clean up the outside, and start spraying that. I've got 1 coat on the box, which is turning out pretty good as well. So nothing left to do but flip this stuff over and keep going. I've got everything wiped down, cleaned off. Just need to wait for the thinner to evaporate, kind of dry off, and then I can start spraying. Well, I am officially done painting. So I've got 2 coats on everything, and I am actually really happy with the result. There's a bit of orange peel, but I don't care. I really don't. Adds a bit of texture. Honestly, I feel like it makes it look a little bit older, but I'm really happy with the way the color turned out. I was a little concerned that it was going to be a little bit too light, maybe a little bit too green, but I'm really liking it. The more I walk around this stuff, the more I take pictures of it, the happier I am. So I am quite excited to see what this thing looks like when we get it all back together. Obviously, everything's going to have to sit here for a day or two to cure, but it's looking real good. I still think I should maybe try and hand paint that Ford V8 emblem black. I think that would really look good. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. Truck is going to look awesome. And probably no more than just enough time to get things put back together too. So let this cure up for a couple of days and I can start putting things back together. Like I said, obviously I've got to let things sit and cure before I can get too crazy moving things around. I don't want to scratch things or, you know, create myself a bunch more work. I really don't have time to redo any of this. So I want to make sure that when I go and move things, put it back together, I'm not going to wreck the paint job that I just gave it. So give it the proper time to cure before I move anything. And then obviously I've got a couple of weeks before Miles here to get this put back together. Yeah. I'm still hoping to modify a couple of things on the truck. I want to fix it so my two-step also shuts off my methanol, because I can only build up so much before the methanol kicks in, and then it kind of bogs it out, obviously. So I need to wire that in, and I put this thing on the scale. I've only got to add 230 pounds to be able to run in the truck class. So I might do that. That way, at least if I'm in the truck class, it's an open class, so the chance of me winning is near zero. But the bonus would be I can run one pass, regardless of what that pass is. I can hand it in, and then I can hit the road, and maybe for the first time ever, I won't be driving all night long. Not that I don't mind getting in at 2:30 or 3 in the morning every night, but by the time a guy uploads a video, you know, edits and uploads, it's like 5 in the morning, you get an hour or two's worth of sleep, and you got to get up, head to the track again, and yeah, I'm just usually a zombie walking around all week, so I want to avoid that, and I want hotel beers, so I'm going to find a way to add 230 pounds to this to hit that 3,800, and hopefully this year will be one and done. So I'm going to end this video there. Next video, obviously, I'll be able to get everything out of here and start assembling the truck again. So it's down to the wire. I'm starting to get nervous, but I've still got enough time. So as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by the channel. I'm Ryan. This is 780 Speed and Custom, tuning out.